Oh man, hey guys. I'm sorry. I was Josh woke me up hella early on the West Coast to make sure that he can get his rant off about why it's not Suns and 4 anymore. Welcome to Chasing Chips podcast. The boy is a little tired still, but we up, we're doing this. Do your thing, man. Go ahead. Like I told you, it wasn't gonna be Suns and 4. But go ahead.
Oh, is that what you said?
I did what I said. At
Yeah,
least I
that's
said
fair.
I said 5.
I
I
was
said
having
at
I
least
was
get
having a little
one.
fun with it. I really thought that we could have got the sweep out, and it is what it is. Luka Doncic is a really good basketball player, and he snuck one out on us.
Listen,
A few things I wanted to point out here is
I don't
that
think they won because of Luca, but all right.
I mean, he's the facilitator. Even if he's not scoring a lot of points, I still think that Luka is the core of the Mavs. So that's why.
So
I mean,
so Luca
here's the
did what
thing.
he
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Luca did what he had. Luca had
Okay.
to do, and he
Okay.
did it the first 2 games, and they lost. So it's called. I'll tell you who. This
Yeah,
is
let me
go
figure this
ahead.
out.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna keep you updated on my perspective on this. So, I really don't understand why Campaign is still playing basketball for the Suns.
Wow,
And starting, or I mean, and getting minutes. That's just
completely
kind of
turned on this guy.
yeah. Oh, it's not. I'm turning on him. It's just that you're having a bad playoff run right now. So we have to be realistic. It's nothing personal. I love Campaign, love his story, but I mean, was there a reason for the Aaron Holiday pickup, or was that just for like shits and gigs? Are we just like filling in a spot? Eric. I hate to look back in the past, but I was preaching Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon would have been really nice right now to help out with the minutes and help out with the backup guard slot. So that said, we are here. I don't understand why we continue to switch up the lineup. It was really working for us. I really liked having Bismack in there to get some minutes. I understand that the Mavs play small, but they haven't been shooting well from three. They shot 33% last game, and quite honestly, I don't think we had a terrible game. We just turned the ball over a lot. CB3 had just as many turnovers as he did assists. You look at the stat sheet. We beat him in field goal percentage. We beat him in three-point percentage. We beat him in free throw percentage. We beat him in rebounds. We just about tied in assists. So, and then we doubled him in turnovers. So I don't anticipate Booker and Chris Paul having another terrible game.
They combined for 30 points.
I know. That's terrible.
That's terrible. I know.
Right.
So
That's
I'm
my
trying to
point.
figure out why the blame is on. I'm just trying to figure out why the blame is on Campaign and the lineups.
Because he's been a walking minus, bro. Campaign has been terrible all playoffs. He's been a liability all playoffs, and he went 0 for 4 in his 14 minutes. I'm just saying, like, let's try out Aaron Holiday. Let's leave in Bismack. I think Bismack is a spark off the bench, and I think he's a veteran, and I think he helps out with some twin tower action. Jeez. Yes, we out rebound him, but they do still get a lot of second chances, and I think Bismack helps in that regard. So my thing is that Chris Paul and Devin Booker probably not going to have another terrible game like that again in the playoffs this year.
But that's the reason why you lost. As much as you want to try to blame on decisions of lineups or Campaign shooting 4 shots, Campaign has not been good the entire playoffs. You've won entire playoffs. This game was just bad on Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Is that Chris Paul tried to do too much on his birthday? Dallas had a little bit more motivation.
Had a little tequila or something.
No, it just you know what I'm saying. 30 points combined when Jalen Brunson's on the other end with 28 by himself. 26 by himself. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Then Jalen Brunson showed up. You know what I'm saying? Contract year for him. I call this a contract year game. Huh?
Yeah. I don't anticipate him showing up again.
It's a contract year game for him.
No, but I just want to take this time to give flowers and credit to the Mavericks. Without Luka and Jalen Brunson and Mark Cuban and Jason Kidd, like the Mavs wouldn't have been able to pull out a win out of 12 games. Like one win out of 12 games, like that's incredible. Like that's really something to be proud of. And I just wanted to give them their flowers. 1 out of 12 is remarkable. And, I give immense respect to them. It's really an accomplishment to win one game out of 12. And I really applaud them. And going into next year, they can, take that achievement and, build on it, build on it for next year. And I love the antics from Luka, talking about how, making these little hand signals saying, in my opinion, my assumption there is he's telling us that he thinks the refs are getting paid off. You need to chill on that, bro. We haven't received more free throws than our opponent this entire playoffs. And your team only had 2 more free throws than us that game. And I understand that you're dramatic, and I'm not trying to say you need to change up your personality or your game. I get it. You're loud. You complain a lot. That's how you play. But
he complains a lot,
dude. You just need to chill because you flop more than anyone in the league. It seems, at times. I would say you and James Harden, like you're pretty much a white James Harden in a way. Like you mirror James Harden, and you're pretty much the exact same player. And y'all bitch so much. Y'all will flop and fall on the ground and then yell at the refs. I don't understand why he doesn't get more technical fouls. I'm not sitting here trying to complain about that. I do know that Monty Williams got like a $15,000 fine for just reading the stat line of free throws last series and foul calls last series, and he got a huge fine for it. But then Luka with these antics, we'll see if he gets fined. I don't know. He's Adam Silver's son, so we'll see. I don't know. So
hey,
my thing is, I just want to applaud the Mavs. Great job. 1 of 12. You did great. Now you step aside while we win this series and move on, and you guys can focus on rebuilding next year. Let's get some more players around Luka.
No, let's not. We're not going to that deep dive. Good. Once again, we'll end it on this. Good job by Jalen for showing up. This was a contract game for you. This is what I call a contract game in the playoffs. They want to pay you. Turned down an extension already. This was the game that everybody was looking at. If you didn't show up this game, you weren't coming back for the Mavericks, and you weren't going to get paid as much as you were supposed to get paid. He passed up a $55 million contract. He bet on himself. Game 3 was the game he had to show up, and he showed up. Now he's going to get that minimum of $55 million now, wherever he goes, if he stays with the Mavs or leaves. But that was the game from it, and he knows it. Now, if he doesn't show up the rest of the way, it doesn't really matter. He showed up that one game to get that one win, so they can say they didn't get swept. But I totally agree. I've been saying this since Luka, second year in the league. He's the white James Harden. I'm saying I don't personally think he's as good as James Harden is, but I don't know yet. James Harden was.
They both can't play defense. They both flop.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm really good driving and shooting threes.
Yeah, you got a
good offensive ability.
It's okay.
Yeah, but here's my thing. Here's my thing about Jalen Brunson is that I don't really understand. I'm not trying to discredit him because I know that he's excelled a lot recently. Mm-hmm. But the dude is a career average 11 point per game player, and
that's what I'm saying.
All this talk about him being one of the top players in the playoffs this year. We need to chill with that, okay? I understand.
Yeah.
He's a solid backup. He's a solid backup point guard, and he will remain a solid backup point guard. But let's chill on the whole Jalen Brunson is a great second option kind of guy, because
I agree.
I remain to see it.
The best thing that we saw probably yesterday, and we knew the Mavs were going to try to show up and play well. They had added motivation, being at home, Chris Paul's birthday. Things that get you going. For me, the greatest moment yesterday was just Joel Embiid, bro. Joel Embiid, man, came out with the black mask. Came and just showed the difference. You see the difference. Obviously, the difference of the game was Danny Green showing up finally. 8 points the first 2 games to combine, and then this one he had 21 points and he made I think 5 or 6 threes.
Yeah, that's only gonna happen
once
playoffs.
Huh?
So that's only gonna happen once this playoffs.
Well, I mean,
Danny Green
it is what it is. It's just like the same thing, but I think Joel Embiid showing up was just him being his presence being on the floor. The dude, you gotta remember his everything from the neck down is still perfectly fine. He ready to go. He can still play. He can still move fast. He can still do this and still do that. He's still Joel Embiid for real. Yeah. He just can't go as hard for too long because guys might hit him in his face, and you don't want to get injured again.
And he still got that concussion, So I think that what helps the most with Joel Embiid's presence is his defense. Because we talked about it earlier, is that Philly has just no defense besides
None.
Joel. Tobias Harris, Danny Green, Maxey, who else? DeAndre Jordan. They're all defensive liabilities.
And off of DeAndre Jordan, listen to the stat. Bam was shooting 90% in the first 2 games. 90%. And then Joel Embiid showed up last game, he shot 22%. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, I was arguing with people like, oh, Bam is this. Bam is definitely top 3. I'm like, he's not better than DeAndre Ayton. The first 2 games, people had made people really confused. They thought Bam was better than DeAndre. And DeAndre didn't have the greatest game in the world, game 3 either. You know what I'm saying? He was, pedestrian, what I would say.
I mean, he didn't do bad.
He didn't do bad, but he didn't do his normal self in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He didn't dominate. I saw him missing little bunnies, but Joel being under his presence, his defense changed the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's changed it, and he knows that. So he's gonna play a little bit more. We've all been a little bit like kind of worried about no one's ever been all in on Miami Heat. They'd be like, oh yes, you're the number 1 seed, but like we still got the Bucks, we still got Boston. You're lucky they're playing each other, so they knock one of each other's out. Because Miami, I saw last night, like, bro, like you guys are good, but you just don't score enough points. You just don't score enough points. I
don't know. I think the Heat will still come out on top of this series.
I'm not saying they're gonna lose the series, but I definitely think with Joel back, they'll make it interesting.
Yeah, I think it might go 7, or it might go 6 or 7.
It might. I think it goes 7. Yeah. I was really like, okay, if Joe don't come back game 3, it'll be over in 5. Girl will come back 4. Yeah. They'll come back to Miami and win. It's just too late. But like,
I just think the Heat they're too deep. You got Victor Oladipo on the bench. You got players like, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. You got, PJ Tucker holding it down on defense. You got Jimmy Butler. They're just a bunch of dogs, And
they're dogs. But like I said, they got it. That defense though is that Embiid defense changes the game.
Yeah.
It changes
even offense. Because that's basically what he's doing. He's gonna have to do it by himself.
Danny Green just got to show up. I think Danny Green 21 points is. I'm not saying he has to score 21 points. He just got to show up. He can't score 8. He got to make. Bro, if Danny Green makes 4 threes a game, if Danny Green makes 4 threes a game for the here on out, it goes 7 games. I say that right now. If he makes 4, just 4, 2.5.
I don't think Danny Green is capable of that, dude. He always falls out in the playoffs. You saw it in Toronto. In the Spurs, he struggled in the playoffs sometimes. And then I just don't think he has that in him. I think they're going to need other players to step up, like Tobias Harris and James Harden. But I as well don't believe in them either. I think that team just doesn't have the depth that the Heat do, and that's why I think they come out on top. Yeah. I mean, same thing with the Suns and the Mavs, but we don't even have to talk about that. I know that we're going to win the rest of the 2 games, so we good.
And now, obviously, today's games, we got
Warriors, Memphis,
and
Celtics and Bucks.
Celtics, Bucks. Those are going to be 2 good games. They're going to be really tight. I feel like, it does hurt for the Memphis Grizzlies not to have Dylan Brooks on defense. Desmond Bane, hey, bro, where you at? Wake up. Show up. You got to show up. You got to show up.
I still think the Grizzlies come out on top of this series, honestly.
Woo!
Why? Because Gary Payton is out, and he's kind of, I would say, besides Draymond, he is one of their defensive, like, foundations, on a guard standpoint. Like, Draymond can only do so much, and I think the rest of the team, like Klay Thompson has lost a step. Jordan Poole is a liability on defense. Steph is a liability on defense. Who's their center? Who cares? And I think the Grizzlies just have more energy, and I think Ja Morant is incredible. So I think they'll win today, and I think that they eventually will win the series. I think it will go to 7. And then for the Bucks and the Celtics, that's going to be tough too. I think the Celtics might come out on top.
Don't.
What?
I have the Warriors winning the series. I'll just reiterate that again.
Yeah,
I think Ja and the Grizzlies are fantastic. I just don't think they're there yet. Just from top down, coaching and from the players. Missing this game is going to put them down 2-1. I think Ja's great, but I don't think he can, I don't think he can take this team to the next round just on his own. Unless, yes, it could happen, but I just can't see him taking this team on his own. Unless he's going to pull a LeBron against the Warriors in the finals where you're averaging 38 points a game. You know what I'm saying?
But
he's going to have to do that.
Who's guarding Ja now? Is it Klay?
Klay, everybody. For real. But Klay, You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's going.
And then it's Steph
really.
guarding Desmond.
I think the Memphis Grizzlies is the same thing like the Mavs. I think the Warriors can come with Ja can do whatever he wants and just make sure nobody else goes off. If nobody else goes off and nobody helps him, Jaren Jackson gets in foul trouble again. It's going to be a tough
definitely
game.
got to stay out of foul trouble. I just don't think that they have the depth on defense to guard either Ja, Desmond, or Melton. And I think all those players, like, Ja's not very strong, but he's elite. But then Desmond and Melton are like very strong guards. And Jordan Poole is little.
They can be as strong as
little.
They don't show up. They haven't showed up.
They're about to. I'm just saying. What do you mean they don't show up? They've been showing up all regular season.
It doesn't matter. You just made fun of Danny Green for not showing up in the playoffs. You guys show up in the playoffs. Regular season's over, dog. Nobody's talking about that no more. I don't care what you did in the regular season. Those awards have been given out and chosen.
I mean,
they did playoffs now. Show up here. Show up now.
Series, I'm just saying. All right. Well, I'm a firm believer of out with the old, in with the new. Times are changing, and I think dynasties are dying. And I would love to see the Grizzlies win this series. I would also love to see my boy Jason Tatum, St. Louis native, take control of that series. And
because you're scared of the beer, fear the deer. Fear the deer.
Fear the deer.
Boys scared fear the deer. But that series is gonna be good. I really don't. I mean, I booked the Bucks to win the whole East, so I'm not gonna really go against that. So I don't really know. That series is a little weird. Right now, it's like I don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen each game for real, because you don't know. Like,
I think missing Chris Middleton is gonna be really detrimental.
But but for me, I think Boston plays better on offense without Marcus Smart.
Isn't that funny?
It's a real game. They need him on D, but they're better without him on offense. Like Grant Williams, like I said before, Grant Williams is a better shooter. He gets more shots up, he have a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
But Marcus Smart is playing, he's gonna shoot more. But hey, that's what it is. Enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy everything. We'll see y'all again.
We ain't worried, baby. We ain't
Monday
worried.
night. So yeah. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, no, and also congratulations to Charles for paying Robert Covington a lot of money.
Yeah,
the Clippers. I just wanted to congratulate you on that. That's a big achievement as well.
2 year, $25 million. What are you talking about? That's not a lot of money. 12.5. Robert Covington's worth 12.5 in the NBA now. Dog. Jose Alvarado got what? I think 2 year, 12.
Yeah, but he puts like butts
Stop
in seats.
I know you're not making
people are gonna buy jerseys.
Crazy stuff about him being worth. He's worth that money, but
he business wise, he is worth that much because he puts butts on the seats. He creates hype for the team. People buy jerseys. He has like a persona that is good for business. Robert Covington, he's good. He plays good defense and he's a good 3-and-D player, but I'd pay more for Alvarado if I'm an owner or if I'm a businessman.
Oh, let's end on that crazy note. Wow, boy.
Hey, man.
Pay more for somebody that you pay that much.
I didn't know how many people when you go to Clippers game and you look out into the stadium, do you see a lot of Covington jerseys?
What does that got to do with his paycheck? What does that have to do with his paycheck? He's not the star of the team.
You think owners are just paying him for their play?
How sad is it the Pelicans are relying on Jose Alvarado to put butts in the seats? That's sad. That's obviously sad.
It's not solely relying, but what I'm saying is that it's not that when you pay a player, you're not just thinking about his playing ability. There's also is marketable. Is he marketable? Is he get a lot of hype from fans? Is he gonna bring fans into the stadium? I don't know. I just feel like every game, Jose Alvarado brings a lot of intensity, and he's a great player to have. And Rocco, I just don't feel that same vibe from him.
You try to hype him up because he embarrassed y'all a little bit during y'all season. They're serious.
Embarrassed us.
I mean, and obviously they beat us too. But you're wild. You're wild. You acting like you wouldn't want Alvarado. You wouldn't want Robert Covington on your team. You over here pleading and wishing you wish you got Eric Gordon. You're like, I wish we had Eric Gordon. Could we have Eric Gordon? Why didn't we go get Eric Gordon? You think you would have had to pay Eric Gordon that much money, and he don't play defense.
Eric Gordon's a bucket. Eric Gordon's a bucket.
And Robert Covington is one of the best 3-and-D players in the league. What are you talking about? Is he not?
Best 3-and-D player in the league?
One of the best. Yes, I would say both sides of the ball. He plays defense. All right, man. It's all gravy, though. It's all gravy. We ain't even gonna get into it next year. You all gonna be scared. We're gonna be fully healthy Clippers.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be what it is.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah. I have nightmares about Robert Covington for sure.
Robert Covington. I'm just saying, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Robert Covington, starting. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Jackson.
Richard Hamilton.
Zubac.
Yeah.
That's a. I mean, that looked like a good starting lineup to me. That's a better starting. I think that starting lineup is better.
Well,
than yours.
We'll see if Kawhi wants to.
I think that starting lineup is better than yours.
Yeah, we'll see if Kawhi. Oh, stop it. We'll see if Kawhi wants to stop his rapping career.
Is it not? How is it not?
But here's the thing: will Kawhi have time to play basketball when he's producing and rapping? I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. Maybe Kawhi wants to go a different path.
Do other things? He can't do other things. He's not allowed to do other things.
No, it's not that he's allowed. It's just that who knows? I mean, he hasn't played for a while, so maybe he's just thinking about taking another break. Yeah,
I mean, he was injured in the second round of the playoffs. He a knee injury, which usually takes 8 to 12 months to hit. I mean, what you trying to do?
I'm just saying that it's like there's always something that happens, and Clippers gonna clip. That's all I gotta say.
All right, keep talking that. All right, keep talking that jazz. Don't lose. Do not win no chip. Like I said to everybody out here, look at what is the point of making the playoffs? It is a chance to win a championship, right? So if the Clippers, did not make the playoffs, we did not get the chance to win the championship. But at the end of the day, if you got that chance to win the championship and you don't win the championship, you're in the same boat as us as not winning the championship that year. So keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all win, because if you don't, it'd be you didn't win no chip. You're still chasing chips just like us. So just I'm just looking here.
I'm used to it. So you're talking to a guy that we missed the playoffs for 11 years. So it's like if we lose this year, it's not like it's not a big surprise. So I mean, we're just back to square one. Same thing.
Right. Yeah. All right, y'all. Chasing Chip Podcast. Remember, subscribe, follow, all that jazz.
Follow our MySpace.
You'll be in my top 5 if you follow about that MySpace. Top 5 MySpace. All right, Tom.
All right. Peace.